All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and we are live streaming. And once again, you're joining us for the Hero Hour. Give me half a second, and let me send out a quick email, see if anybody wants to join, because tonight we're going to talk comics. Let me bring up the YouTubes, and make sure we're actually broadcasting. And we are, so very good. Let me title this one, or title the email and send it out. Sorry I'm running late, guys. If you guys really want to hear the story, I could tell it to you, but Arby's pissed me off again. But that's just the way it goes. Let me go to the Twitter real quick and see if anybody else wants to join. But to make a long story short, nobody's here right now, so it's not a big deal. To make a long story short, I picked up about a little over 400 new comics. Not new comics, but new comics for the store. And I figured we'd take some time and go check them out. Also, I'm in the process of moving my entire work desk and studio and drawing space back into my new office. So this will probably be a short stream tonight because I still got a whole bunch of moving to do. But I sent out the invites. We'll see who's able to join. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab some comics. Let's take a look at some comics. Let's see. Now you might be asking yourself, he's really excited about this. I wonder if that means he's got some good gems in there. And oh boy, do I. I'm so happy with some of the finds I got. I found some stuff that I didn't even realize was worth it, was worth money, and they actually are. So let's take a look. We have issues. All right. First up, you see this is Justice #1. This was I want to say 12-issue series from DC. Alex Ross, Jim Krueger, and Doug Braithwaite. Now, Alex Ross did the covers. He did the painting on here, but it was Doug Braithwaite who did the illustrations, but still absolutely fantastic. This is a really good series, and I'm going to see if I can put together a bundle set of these. We got Generation Next #4. I think I'm missing just one of these issues to complete this bundle set, but this is the Gen X series that came out during the Age of Apocalypse, and it's gorgeous Chris Bacalo art. Some of my all-time favorite. Very nice. We got Legends #4, working on a bundle set of this. This is John Byrne's retelling story of the DC Universe. I don't think it was a retelling, but it was definitely like a reintroduction type thing. But very cool. This series is noted for, I believe the first issue was the first appearance of Amanda Waller from Suicide Squad. And I'm pretty sure I have a copy of that around here somewhere. But working on a bundle set, so we'll see what happens. We got Young Justice #11 from Wonder Comics from DC. This is, I am a big fan of the characters in this series. This version of Superboy, Robin, Impulse, even the girls are pretty awesome. And gorgeous art. Love the characters. This is a good series. Good series. Ooh, we got a, hey Humphrey Bear, how's it going? We got a Wolverine #61. This is one of the Texiera issues, which is awesome. Actually, I found a whole bunch of these and I'm putting together, working on, once again, a set. Ooh, check it out. Aliens vs. Predator #1. I found a couple of these in the bin, so we're going to have to put together a bundle set, but this is a pretty great series, limited series. I know there was actually 4 issues in the series, but they did an original black and white like intro story in Dark Horse Presents, and they collected those together into a 0 issue, which I found that as well. Very good. One of the funny stories. I have the graphic novel, or I had the graphic novel for this series, and Phil Norwood was the penciler on it, and he did the Zero issue, issues 1 and 2, I think, and then they had to get Chris Warner to finish the series because Phil Norwood got asked by James Cameron to do storyboards for like Terminator 2. Let's see. Draw a comic or do storyboards for a huge movie. So I think he made the right choice. Got another issue of the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. This is issue number 2. Wow, is that a John Byrne cover? It might be. Let's see who did the interior. Chicago Byrne layouts. Michigan Austin did the inks. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that is a John Byrne interiors. Very cool. Ooh, this is something. Oh, hey, Nighthawk Warrior, how's it going? This is something that Avery would probably like, Todd would probably like, and I bet you Kodiak would like too. This is Aliens Earth War, and I actually have all 4 issues. You get a really great John Bolton cover, but the interior art is by Sam Keith, and it's actually really good Sam Keith doing Aliens. I mean, look at this here. It's nice stuff, nice stuff. I got an issue of Rags. This is issue number 5 of 7. This is from the guys at Antarctic Press. And I know I've seen art from this before, but I've never picked up an issue. So I'll have to check it out, see if it's any good. I think those guys do good comics, so it'd be nice. We got Batman Beyond number 1 from the Rebirth era. And very nice issue. Who did the art? It says Sook. Did Ryan Sook do the interior? Oh, wow. The first issue's done by Ryan Sook. That's great. I don't remember that. I know I have. I bought this issue when it came out. I didn't remember that Ryan Sook did it. That's incredibly cool. Humphrey Bear says, do you sell comics online? We're looking into it. We don't currently do it. Everything I pretty much buy is for the store. So one of these days we'll get our act together and get the online store updated. But this is the all-new X-Men number 1. This is from the Mark Bagley era when he was doing this series, which is very cool. Look at this cover. This Jim Lee cover is fantastic. This is Punisher War Journal number 15. I do not believe he did the interior art. No, he didn't. Who did? Let's see. David Ross penciled the interior. But you got a fantastic cover with Punisher and Spider-Man by Jim Lee. Very cool. I'm not sure if anybody followed this, the Year of the Villain, the Infected. These were a bunch of one-shots that came out. This one is Deathbringer, which is like the dark universe version of, I believe it's Donna Troy. So that's kind of cool. I look forward to checking it out because I was interested in these, but I never picked them up when they came out. So it's kind of cool. We have a Year of the Villain Doom Rises storyline for Teen Titans, number 35, with interior art by Mike Chang, who's awesome. I loved his relaunch. Not relaunch, but when they brought him on to be the artist, this series became really, really good. I've got an issue of Inhumans vs. the X-Men. This is the alternate cover of issue number 2 with Emma Frost on the cover. Very nice. By Terry Dodson. And I don't believe Terry Dodson did the interior art. It's Lionel Francis Yu. So very good. Putting together a bundle set of those. Oh, I got a whole bunch of these. This is the Axis storyline. The Axis Limited series where I guess the storyline was good guys became bad and bad guys became good or something like that. But this one has, I believe it's Andy Kubert on art. Or it's Adam Kubert. One or the other. Can't always tell right away. But, yeah, I'm working on putting together a bundle set of these. Because I picked up several of them, so very nice. Ooh, here's a nice one. This is Ghost Rider number 76 from the 60 Cent era of Marvel Comics. And 1983 with Don Perlin plot and guest penciling. Very nice, very nice. And some of the art back in these days was so underappreciated. Nice. I got another copy of The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. This is issue number 23 with what looks like, pretty sure that's a Michael Golden cover. Very nice. I do not believe he did the interior art, but let's take a look and see who did. Oh, wow. What a great splash page. Let's see. Come on. Give me an artist. Give me an artist. Be weird to be at the end. No, it's not on the splash page, which is weird. Oh, here. Missed it. Herb Trimpe. Okay. That's awesome. We have Batman vs. Predator 3, number 1. Very nice. Love the art in this. And I love that version of Mr. Freeze. Very cool. We have a copy of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, number 4. This is one of these modern issues. This is one of the Virgin cover ones. Very cool. And I've got a lot of people that come in that like Harley Quinn still, so it'd be nice to have some of that. Ooh, check it out. DC Comics presents The Batman, issue number 567. An offbeat bat tale by award-winning author Harlan Ellison. Really? Just a fantastic cover here. That looks like a Graham Nolan. I wonder who did it. But nice cover. Like it. For the kids, we have Star Wars Adventures, number 3. Let's see. We've got Fear Itself, book 7. I'm trying to put together a set of these. Stuart Immonen art is fantastic. Hey, Avery, how's it going? He says, # abandoned the chat, but I haven't abandoned the chat. I've been reading it. I've been following along. Miss Nighthawk Warrior says, how are you? I'm doing fantastic. Oh, here's another one of those Aliens Earth Wars. This is issue number 1. What a great cover. Very nice, very nice. We got Punisher number 1. This is from the Becky Cloonan era. Steve Dillon did the art, so at least you have that. But Becky Cloonan, I guess, at some point was like, does the Punisher really need to use a gun? Yeah, he does. Another issue of ElfQuest. This is issue number 22. I'm working on a set of these. Very nice. Here's one from Axis Comics, the break off that from Image that Tribe did. And this is Beasties by Javier Solteres. I don't know if this ever went further than a single issue, but I have it. It's mine. Nobody else can have it. We have the X-Men Anniversary issue. This is issue number 325 with a quadruple gatefold cover. Very nice. Joe Madureira and Tim Townsend. Very cool. I'm not a big fan of this version of Marrow. I think she looks better when they draw her where she actually looks pretty. This is a kind of a nasty looking version of her, but still. I got another issue of Punisher Armory. This is issue 4 and 5. I actually found a bunch of these. So once again, another bundle set in the works. We've got issue 76 of Peter Parker Spider-Man. This is one issue with John Romita Jr. Always got a thing for his art. Always love it. Oh, here's another Punisher Armory. Issue 6. Oh, and issue 2. This one's got a fantastic Jim Lee cover. I did do a check. Turns out there's like 10 of these. There were 10 Punisher Armory issues. So we'll see what we can do. Oh, here's a good one. This is the supersized Punisher Annual from the Evolutionary War crossover. This was a time in the summer. This was actually 1988, where Marvel would do their annuals during the summer, and they would do crossovers. The Evolutionary War was one of them. There was a couple other ones. Atlantis Attacks was another one, and they would have the storyline crossover with pretty much everybody. But this one is awesome in the fact that it's Mark Texiera art. which is actually pretty great. Gotta love the Punisher. Mark Texier away. Cool. Here's another one of those. Wait, is this the same issue? Hold on a second. Oh, jeez. This is Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy #4. This is the alternate covers. So it's both the same issue with 2 different covers, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I might have to sell these together as a set. Another Axis issue, Axis #2. Very cool. Another Peter Parker Spider-Man with John Romita Jr. interior art. Very nice, very nice. Another Punisher Armory. This is issue #3 with a Joe Jusko cover. That's very cool. Another Axis issue #3, and that brings us to the bottom of this stack. Well, that's great. This is about probably 30 issues or so, and I picked up a little over 400. So I'll be making several videos showing off comics. And there wasn't any huge gems in this stack, but I did get a couple recently that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. But let me take a quick look and see what's happening. I shared this live stream on Twitter, says Nighthawk Warrior. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Nighthawk Warrior says, I wish DC would just keep making Batman comics in order of the original numbering. Well, yeah, the two series that they did that with was Action Comics and Detective Comics. You know, and that was because both of them were so close to the 1,000 number that they went ahead and went back to the original numbering in order to achieve that goal. It'd be nice if they did it with Batman too, but there's been so many reboots of Batman, you know, it's hard to keep in step, you know. Humphrey Bear says, if anyone here about the DC Fandom Con, ooh, that'd be interesting. And Nighthawk Warrior says, are you going to the DC Fandom Comic Con in August online? It's online. Interesting. And Evan says, I never share this stream. Oh, that's all right. But you know what? You know what's so funny, Evan, is even though you don't share it, we still make it. All right, all right. Oh, this is something I know nobody cares about, but this was something I found at Walmart. This is just some silly little girl thing, but they're like blind boxes, and they're clearancing them out, getting rid of them and all. But I bought a couple just to see what they looked like, and these are perfect for, you know, carrying for stuff in the store. But they have individual boxes. This is some YouTube channel called XOXO Friends. Never heard of them, but they're very popular from what I understand in the little kid community, I guess. But these are little figures, and I'll open this one up and show you. But my store is great for having little things that people can buy cheaply, and especially if you can already see them. But this little box, I already opened this up so I know what's in it, comes with a friend, a set of wings, and a bracelet. Okay. Here's the bracelet. It says little pink, little sparkly XO bracelet. Very cute. This right here is the wings. This one just happens to be the green wings. And then here is the little friend. It's some type of little pink. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's cute. It's adorable. And the wings go on it. And the head turns. Yeah, yeah. But here's a little catalog of what all you find in here. And you can get accessories, putty cutters, bracelets, and different putties. And they even have rare wings. This one's not one of the rare wings. It's one of the green wings. But this looks like Lolly is the name of this character. Sure. Okay, cool. See, what I'll do is I'll put this in a little plastic baggie and hang it on the wall. And if anybody wants to buy it, they'll see it and go, oh my gosh, that's cute. That's adorable. I need to buy that for my child, or maybe the child wants it. But where's the DC blind boxes? Ah, I wish we had some of those. So very cool. I may end up getting a few more of these just to have something for girls in the store. You can't always have boy toys in the store. You got to have something for the girls too. But I figured I'd share with you because I know this is something that really excites some of you guys out there, right? Little characters with wings. Yep, I know. That's enough of that. All right, now we may do a drawing because, I feel like it. So how's everything going out with you guys tonight? Everything going cool? Everybody staying safe and not getting sick and all that other good stuff? Here's hoping everybody is social distancing properly and staying safe. But let's see. Let's get out the pencil. Let's start working on a drawing. What do we want to draw tonight? Anybody have any guess of what we could draw tonight? Oh, you know what? We could draw Hero. Nighthawk Warrior says, I'm currently drawing. Oh, yeah? What are you drawing? Give me some inspiration, man. Humphrey Bear says, good. You got it. Oh, jeez Louise. Oh, I have good news. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but you guys probably weren't here to hear it. But my son officially finished moving out, packed up the last of his stuff, packed up his cat, and moved out today. So now his room is empty. Well, it's not empty. I'm putting stuff in it. But I'm going to take apart all of my drawing table and my desk here, and I'm going to reassemble it in the room, in the quote unquote office. And I'm looking forward to working in there in the next couple days. Hopefully be all set up by tomorrow. At least that's the goal. Nighthawk Warrior says, I'm currently drawing my original character, etc. Oh, well, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. All right. Well, sometimes you get inspired. Sometimes you just draw. I'm in a just draw type of mood. And as Avery would probably say, oh no, he's drawing furries again. Well, yeah, well, that's what happens. So anybody got any big plans for this weekend? I don't think we have any big plans. I know this weekend I think it's Father's Day weekend, so I actually went and saw my dad just the other day, on Saturday, and said, hey, Father's Day is coming up. You want anything? He's like, no, not really. I go, okay, cool. It was kind of expected. Us dads, we don't need very much of a nothing.
Peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet, yes. That's what I always told the kids I want, is peace and quiet.
This year you might get it.
My wife just says this year I might actually get it. Where's Heroes issue 2 or 3? Well, technically they're already done, and I already sold them all. Did you not get a copy? I'm just kidding. Did you realize that Hero Book 1 is like 150 pages, and Hero Book 2 is actually even bigger than that? So it's not just the size of a comic. It's a graphic novel. It's that's no excuse, I know. But I'm hoping one of the things that's going to happen with the new setup of the computer table and drawing tables, I have a small table for the computer, then I have another small table here for my work computer, and then I have a huge dining room table that's pretty much just for junk. Well, the way I'm planning on setting it up is the dining room table is actually going to be where I do art. So I'll have more room and so forth. So I'm going to rearrange the whole setup, and here's hoping it makes it easier to get some work done. At least that's the hope. I've wanted a actually put his leg down this way. I've wanted an area to be able to do work for a while, and this is my first opportunity to do so in my own space. I used to back at the old last house we lived in. The back room was kind of my office room, but it ended up getting filled up with junk. So I only had maybe 10% of it, 10% of the room for my stuff. So, which is okay. It says, why do you make them huge? Actually, there's a story behind that. Single issues. Why is Hero Book 1 so big? Well, here's the thing. When I was working on, I'll tell you guys the story. When I was working on my first Cornerstone book, I had actually gotten some advice from a local comic book retailer. And we were talking about it, and I told him how I was working on my first book. And the advice he gave me was, make sure you have a couple of books done before you try to start selling them. And the reason why he said this is because, let's say you put out something that becomes a success. People are going to expect to have the next issue soon. They don't want to sit around and wait for it. So you need to have like 2 or 3 issues in the can before you bring out the first one, which makes perfect sense. And he brought up, at the time, the book Poison Elves was kind of popular as an indie comic. And he said that the first issue came out and people loved it, and it took forever for the second issue to come out, to the point where people didn't care as much when the second issue came out. He says you want to avoid that by having at least a couple of issues ready to go. So I took that advice. Very good. Then when I started working on the first Cornerstone book, I think it was 5 chapters. 5 chapters, which would technically be 5 issues. When I was working on it, my goal was to finish all 5 issues before I went to go to press with them, right? And when I was almost done with the 5th issue, I was talking to Todd, and I mentioned, hey, I've got this 5 issues done. And his thing was, wait a minute, you've already got the first trade worth done. Why are you going to put it as issues? Why not just put it out as a trade? And at the time, we were very big into the graphic novels, the trade paperbacks, the collected editions. We weren't really buying single issues as much anymore. And that just made perfect sense to me. It's like, that's what I like. That's what I collect. Why not do it that way? So I got the mindset of creating graphic novels instead of individual issues. And with Hero, when I actually sat down and we actually plotted out the story and all the beats and all the chapters and so forth, it always was intended to be a graphic novel, not to be single issues. And Avery will tell you, especially coming from of coloring it, is that it really wouldn't work well as single issues because there's not a lot that happens in the first issue. There's not a lot at all. You're really just introduced to the characters. There's no action. There's no anything. You're just introduced to the characters, and that's pretty much it. Some of the concept is introduced. Actually, some of the concept's not introduced until the 2nd chapter. So when I actually sat down and did the layouts or the ideas for the Hero books, they were always intended to be graphic novels. Oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in real quick. What's up, man? Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. Just sitting here talking to myself.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Nighthawk Warrior and
Yeah.
So how you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah. All right, very good. Dude, I got so many really great issues. I can't wait to share them all with you guys.
No.
Got some. I haven't pulled them out yet, but Frank Miller, Daredevil, Born issues, several of them. Very
yeah.
cool. Yep.
That's good stuff, man. Born Again.
It is. Even got a. Believe it or not, I found.
I would want all those, even if they were reader copies. That's the only kind of stuff I want single issue or back issues of certain storylines. New comics, I don't care.
Yeah,
they don't interest me. Even if it's something I want, I'd rather have trades or graphic novels.
Yeah,
I can wait. Like even like when I was buying Hellboy, I would buy the issues, but I wouldn't read it till I had them all.
Yeah, I understand that.
And some of those I even bought the trade.
Well, I really liked I like the library editions for Hellboy.
Those are fantastic. I wish I had them.
Those are just great. Yeah, I think I have 2 of them.
And you know what? And when you're independent and selling direct to customers, it's not worth it to sell them and ship them a single issue.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really not. It's sort of a waste of resources.
It's getting that way, especially with the cost of shipping is going to be going up. It's not going to go down, you know.
It's best to give them the best presentation for the money. Like
Exactly.
I really like doing something, some sort of prestige format.
Yep.
At least 48 pages at a time, 48 to 60. Some sort of prestige format, either perfect dot binding. Ethan does it with Chromium,
Right.
and foil covers. But I like perfect bound. I like hardback. I like the European model, oversized books.
Yep. Same
You know,
here.
that A4 or 8.5 by 11 or 9 by 12, something like that. I really, it's way nicer. I don't care about single issue floppies anymore, unless it's certain key issues or storylines for back issues.
Right.
Other than that, I don't want anybody's floppy. Like, I like Alterna. I like what they're doing. I think it's great that they're out there. I'm not buying them anymore, but I would buy the same stuff in trades. I have an Alterna trade for Scrimshaw too.
Oh, I was just going to ask you if they've moved into trades, and I think they have.
Well, yeah. Well, when I backed Scrimshaw 2, I got it all in a trade.
Right.
Then the single issues came out in the stores afterwards.
Mm.
Because I started buying Scrimshaw the first series because of Zach. You know, it's Alterna. It was like $1.25. You know.
Right.
It was a great introduction to get me into Alterna. But now that I like Alterna, anything I get from them in the future, I'm just gonna, if I can, I'm just gonna get it in a trade.
Right. No, I got
I'm not gonna buy the single. I'm not gonna buy the single issues, even though I think what they're doing is great. I understand it. Good for them. I hope Peter and everybody involved make a fortune.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the trade on those things. Especially if they ever step up to doing something like really premium format, like hardbacks and stuff, which you never know. If they keep growing, there probably eventually will be stuff like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if people who do like single issues, I always recommend, well, go look at what Alterna has.
Right.
If that's what you're into, it's still picking up floppies. Me, on the other hand, I'd prefer some sort of premium prestige format.
Right. Well,
I like it.
that is more of the collector mentality. You want to put something on your shelf. You want to collect it, hold on to it, and a single copy, a single issue doesn't work for that anymore. You know?
It doesn't. It's great for nostalgia, but as far as a presentation, sitting it on my bookshelf to enjoy for a long time, it doesn't hold up anymore for me.
Yeah. No, I've wanted to. There's a lot of stories that I enjoyed when I was younger. I would love for them to do a collected hardback edition of like the first 25 issues of Power Pack. Mm-hmm. They're never going to do it, but I would absolutely love it if they did. You know?
Yeah. Because, well, another thing is comics aren't disposable to me anymore. You know, when you were a kid and you bought comics, those were meant to be disposable entertainment. You were meant to read them, and they were meant to be destroyed or traded.
Right.
Like, it wasn't meant to be something that's cherished and held on to. They weren't produced for that. They weren't produced with that in mind. They were disposable. For me, it's elevated to something else now.
Right.
And I want it in a format that reflects that. A floppy doesn't reflect that.
Yeah.
It's disposable.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Where's the Indiegogo campaign at Misfit Corner Comics for Hero?" We're working on it.
Good luck with that, guys.
Oh, stop. You know,
What?
Avery's doing reverse psychology on me. He's making fun of the idea that I'm actually going to get it done in order to encourage me to get it done.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it says, okay, hold on a second. Since you draw furries, would you consider drawing hair manga? I'm not sure what that is, Evan.
Don't act.
Humphrey
You
Bear.
know what? I hope it's awful. Google it. Just don't show it. And is he going to get a knock on the door going, boom, 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 FBI?
Mm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure Evan's setting you up.
Humphrey Bear says, "Will it
Evan,
be
I
on?"
approve.
Heaven says, or Humphrey Bear says, "Will it be on PDF?" I am not a big fan of digital. When I did my very first hero campaign for the black and white edition, I made a PDF version available to people, and I was shocked at how many people would rather just have, you know, the physical copy. But I had one lady who contacted me and said, "Hey, I am buying the physical copy, but can I also get a PDF copy because, you know, my kids are into the digital tablets and so forth, and, you know, I'd like to have a copy for them to be able to sit down and read, but also for them to be able to take with them." And I said, "Sure, no problem." And I made sure she was on the digital release version. But probably not. I'm probably not going to do that again.
Yeah, I think digital comics are worthless. Like,
Right,
do that last.
Yeah.
When you just don't care anymore because you're done with Hero, you're done. And you've sold your omnibus hardbacks and all that, you know, a couple of rounds of multiple printings, and you're like, I'm done with this. Then go, here's the digital sale.
Yeah.
You know, put it at like a half or a third of the price of buying physical copies, and just make a quick buck because you're done. You're moving on.
Right. That may be exactly what ends up happening. I think I only know one person. I honestly only know one person who actually buys comics digitally and prefers it nowadays. And that's only because it's a space issue for him. You know, he doesn't have space for all the comics that he enjoys and likes and buys.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I mean, and I understand that, but hey, I'd make space. I'd make space for comics.
Yeah.
I'd force a kid to move out in order to have the whole room just for comics.
I need shelf space. Get out.
Yep.
I just got the hardback omnibuses of all the classic books I like. All of them. Which ones? All of them.
All of
Get
them.
out.
You need to move out because I need space to put them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah. I really do like hardback comics. Hardback, you know, graphic novels and omnibus. I think it's fantastic.
You know,
to me, it's.
Do you know what
especially when they're printed oversized?
Do you know what I had a copy of in hardback? The Marvel X-Men Mutant Massacre storyline. I had it in hardback, and I put it in the store, and I put it at, I think the original price was like $39.99. $40. So I put it at like a kind of high price in order to, I think I had like maybe $30 on it, simply because if it didn't sell, I was perfectly fine with that. Well, somebody bought it.
Well, I think there's a new hardback of that, a new release, and it's much more expensive.
Probably because, you know, Marvel, they got to make their money.
Yeah. But I think it also includes all the tie-in stuff also.
Well, this one did too. It included the Thors,
Really?
the Power Pack, everything. It had all of the pieces in it, and which is amazing because the Mutant Massacre storyline didn't have that many extra issues.
Mm-hmm.
It was one Power Pack, like one Daredevil, one Thor, and that was it. It wasn't a crazy. This was back in the day when they kept it kind of compact, but yeah. So
because the X-Men books would be going through one thing at the same time, like Avengers was going through their thing.
Right. Oh, I
And
remember those days.
And those were the two big franchises.
Yeah, but you know what's so
That-
funny is I never cared about Avengers back then at all.
I didn't either. I was all about all the X-Men books and all, X-Men, X-Factor, Excalibur, New Mutants, the X-Terminator and Fallen Angel miniseries. Like if it related to X-Men, I wanted it. Classic X-Men, X-Men Classic. I was buying those too.
You know what's so funny? I was going through some comics this evening and I found one, and as I'm looking at it and I go, "This is Marvel running out of names." It was a series from Marvel called X Club, XCLUB, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
The X. That's like Burger King's Kid Club shit, dude.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I saw that. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh well. Let me see what else we got going on here. Oh, Trusty's here. Hey, Trusty, how's it going?
What's going on?
And they're all saying hello to each other. How are you, Trusty? Yeah, well. Nighthawk Warrior says # abandoned chat. No, I didn't abandon you. I'm still here. And Evan says, "Do you have any questions about my hair manga?" Evan, is that bad? What is that? Says Nighthawk Warrior. And Evan says, "It's like a comic, but Japanese." We're going down a very, very, very dangerous road when the only way he can describe it as, it's Japanese.
I'm afraid. I can totally see Evan setting you up.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm gonna switch cameras real quick. Oh, I got on a painted shirt, so nobody get upset with me.
Is hair manga? Is it rabbits? Does it happen? Does it happen to be like rabbits fucking manga? You set me up.
I did a Google search for hair manga and it didn't. Oh no, it's not hair manga. Actually, it says, "Do you mean harem manga?"
Oh, harem manga,
Yeah.
like the stuff like wouldn't that be like Tenchi Muyo?
I have no idea. I'm not that big into manga to begin with, so he says it has nothing to do with rabbits. That's very sad. Very sad.
Like, yeah, like if it's harem manga, I think that means stuff like Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah, Nighthawk
Because
Warrior.
it's like the one dude. Yeah, because it's like there's like one dude with like 10 girls that are all in love with him. Stuff like that.
I've seen some clips. Trusty says, "Of course he means harem manga," and then Evan says, "Yes." Nighthawk Warrior says, "Is it safe?" I didn't even look. It said, "Do you mean this?" And I said, "I'm not going to click on it." I already got in trouble for the bondage fairies thing, so
That was your own fault.
that was all me.
That was hysterical though. Oh my dude, I told you not to look it up. You were going to accidentally show it.
Yeah, and I did. Oh well, I'm not even sure. Did
I just think it and pray that you were going to do it? Maybe I just thought it. I don't know.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Oh, what is that?"
Bondage fairies don't. It's all the girls that are in the anime that for some reason every girl I know, every woman I know who likes anime loves hentai and loves bondage fairies. All the women I know are fucking degenerates.
I don't know what to tell you there.
It's like perversion.
All right, you remember how I mentioned how much I despise it when they make you pull up at the drive-thru, even though there's nobody behind you? I don't think I mentioned which restaurant it was that pissed me off that did that, but it was Arby's. Well, Arby's has done it again to me. They've pissed me off again.
Oh, you poor baby.
My wife, one of her favorite things from Arby's is their turkey salad. and
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. She just really likes them. So from time to time, I'll go by Arby's and pick her up a salad, and that's the one she likes: turkey salad, no bacon bits. Okay. So I went by our local Arby's and I pulled up the drive-thru and I ordered. Luckily for me, I ordered hers first because, had I ordered my meal first and then they told me what they told me, I would have been just canceled the whole thing. I would have been ticked. But they told me they were out
Sure.
of salads. They
Yes.
ran out of salads. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that can happen. Well, I got to make the wife happy. So I drove all the way down to Merrill Road where I knew there was a whole nother Arby's at. I got in line, waited, got up to the thing. And when I ordered the salad, the girl came back and said, we don't sell salads anymore. And I literally bought one the night before. So I don't know what the heck is happening. Either they're out of them or they don't sell them anymore. So if they don't sell them anymore, I have no reason to go to Arby's anymore. So
Because
Arby's,
okay,
you lost
you're
it.
dealing with franchises.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're dealing with franchises, not every store participates in something. There's that. And how many times have you been to a fast food restaurant where they have something for a limited time, but leave the signs up for 6 months afterwards? They stop serving that limited time item.
You know what's
It happens
actually
all the time.
You know what's actually funny? When I went there last night and ordered her salad, they had changed the menu. And I didn't immediately see where the salads were listed, but I ordered it anyway, and they sold it to me. Today, when I was looking, I still could not find the salad. So they may have actually removed it from the menu, which is perfectly fine. That can happen. But the first one told me they were out of them, which made me think, okay, they still sell them. They just didn't have any.
Evan wants you to teach him how to get people to ask him about his comic. Well, Evan, what you do is start a YouTube channel and talk about your comic for several years while not making it available to purchase, even though the comic's done.
Oh, yeah, that'll get people asking you, hey, where's your comic?
What?
When are you going to put your comic out?
Yeah.
Or you know what you could do? You could open up a store,
That'll work.
have original art for that comic on display throughout the entire store, and constantly tell people, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah. Even
Richard came in and says, could you please give me some context? Yeah.
terrible.
Nighthawk Warrior, don't listen to Avery. Hero Book 1.
I only know what I'm talking about.
Simple. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Don't believe or trust a word this man ever says. I've known him for 30 years.
I have done nothing but give you guys...
Do I have an echo or something? I'm hearing a slight echo of me.
Not hearing it.
I was hearing it. I'm not now.
Evan says, I'm working on my first comic. Any questions? And Nighthawk Warrior says, yes, Evan. What is it about? And he had this ready to go. He says, I'm writing a 30-page hair manga about an American mummy who wins a free trip to Tokyo and finds himself in the midst of a hair manga murder mystery. I call it American Mummy in Tokyo. That sounds fantastic.
Nice.
Oh, I
Nice.
told Michael I had a new idea for a comic, completely oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah?
I was just about to say it's non-furry, but I just realized the main character is a furry. Damn, I guess that's what happens. But I came up with an idea for a comic, and I pitched it to him, and all he did was roll his eyes, so it's a winner. It's a winner. I don't know when I'd ever have time to do it, but it'll happen. It'll happen.
No, it won't.
Evan says, don't narc on me, Andrew.
No,
and Nighthawk Warrior says, cool title name, Evan. American Mummy in Tokyo. I think somebody needs to get that done. And Richard says, will the mummy go to London, Evan? That'd be nice. Oh, Nighthawk Warrior says, what's your idea about? Oh, it it's very much in the realm of intentionally pissing people off. So, Avery, did we lose you?
No,
Oh no. Okay. All right. For some reason,
I just hit my mute button.
oh, okay. Well, the mute thing wasn't crossed out, so I thought maybe we lost you. Nighthawk Warrior says, "Tell us spoilers." Ha ha ha. Is it going to be on Indiegogo soon? Oh yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have an idea, and it may just be something funny to do, and it may end up being like a single video, but we might just have a little fun with it later. You never know. It'll be like Tank Heist, you know, an idea that gets thrown out, people like it, and may eventually get made into something. Do you know if they're actually working on a Tank Heist book?
No, they're not working
Oh, okay.
on a Tank Heist book.
Well, my idea is very much
No,
a
it's
Tank Heist
it's
idea.
a meme.
Oh, okay. Furry love, Andrew?
I doubt anything will come of it ever.
Well, it'd be funny if it did. Be funny if it did. Oh, well.
Think of how many people are going to pitch a fit if Malin actually does a Tank Heist book. Like,
Well,
what about Mike Kite? What if I did?
Well, nobody thought Cecil would do a cash grab book, you know? Especially since he kept saying, we're going to do the campaign and then the book is never going to come out. That was the whole purpose of it.
Thing is, though, when they created Tank Heist, it was a bunch of them on stream. So now several of these people don't talk to each other anymore.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. I thought it was...
Oh, you didn't see it?
I thought it was a Malin and Mike S. Miller thing. There were more people
Yeah,
involved?
but there was a bunch of them. There was a
Oh,
bunch of... You didn't watch the streams back then, I guess.
No, I always heard about it later.
Well, there you go. It was a bunch of people.
Nighthawk Warrior says, does Hero Book 1 have any references to pop culture? Yes, it does. That's all I'm going to say.
And it's all boring.
No, it's not. There's a lot of pop culture stuff that Mike and I really enjoy, and we put references to it in the book. There's a pop culture reference that in my mind I have it, and I haven't figured out where to put it in the story yet, but I'm gonna do it. And it's when Hero and Pudge, who's a bird, go into what is like a tavern, and the bartender or whatever behind the thing says, "You can't have a bird in here. We don't serve their kind. He needs to get out." Which, of course, is a Star Wars reference. So I haven't figured out a way to get it into the story yet, but that is my ultimate goal, is to get that scene into one of the books. So
it's racist.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Can we see book 1?" Actually, I was going to tell you where you could see book 1, but I don't know if it's even up there anymore. Richard says, "Lame culture is poop. Pop." I think he meant poop.
Yeah.
You should reference really old John Landis films. I'm not familiar with John Landis films. He said, Nighthawk says, "So Evan, are you going to put your comic on Indiegogo?" And Evan says, "Richard gets it." And says, "No, I'll be self-publishing." Oh, okay, Evan, says Nighthawk Warrior. Lame culture is pop. Oh, I completely read that wrong, didn't I? Oh, well.
I guess so.
Shows you how much I know, guys. You know what? Which is worse? The fact that I'm a complete idiot, or the fact that you guys are here listening to me talk? Think about that. No, don't think about that. Stay. One of these days, I'm going to scare everybody away. As long as Avery keeps coming back, I'm going.
What?
You know.
I want to die.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Where's the
Ugh.
snacks and toys?" You know, I don't have any. I don't have anything for the peep. We haven't done a peep show in forever. I'm trying to
Oh,
think
thank
if I have something.
God.
I don't think I have anything.
I don't want to suffer that alone.
Well, actually, I do have.
If I have to go through that shit, Kodiak and Todd have to also.
I do have a packs of Peeps left over from Easter, but they're the regular kind. They're not special flavored or anything. They've just kind of been sitting over in my stack of stuff. So
You should leave those on the dashboard of your car for a couple of weeks first.
oh hell! Turns out I have a bag of mixed up mini tiny jelly bean eggs. Very cool. I forgot I had these. Classic.
Every diabetic should.
They should always have a set of jelly beans really close. So
Yeah, sure. Totally makes sense.
God, do you believe we're already halfway through June? This freaking year is flying by. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Especially since
I know what you can go do it yourself.
Getting a labradoodle.
what?
My mother
Your mother
is
Nothing,
is
nothing
getting
better than stale peeps.
a puppy
labradoodle.
labradoodle. My wife just informed me that her mother is getting a puppy labradoodle.
He'll be 6 weeks old. Michelle told her
Yeah, Labradoodle.
25 pounds.
Oh boy.
For people that hate good dogs like Labradors, they cross them with a poodle. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be
So,
fun.
you
This is
know
going to be.
what's going to happen, right?
What's going to happen, dear? Okay.
We're going to get the puppy.
What? We're not getting a puppy. We're not getting a puppy. I can barely handle my dog as it is, and he's an old man. Oh, by the way, for those of you out there that like the scam videos, I have a new scam video going up tomorrow at noon. It's a short one. It's just a funny one, but it's actually on my second channel, MCC2. So you guys, if you get an opportunity, go over there and subscribe and check out the video, because it has the video. I wanted to use a picture. I usually use a picture of myself, but I forgot. So instead, I used a picture of me and my dog. So you guys get to see my dog if you go check it out.
Oh, wonderful.
Richard says Labradoodles are really good at 350 degrees and with lots of butter. Right. That's not
That's
right.
ramen noodles, not Labradoodles. Totally different. Totally different. I want noodles now.
Now that I think about it, me too. That's good. That's
Oh
good.
man, ramen noodles with butter. Oh god, it's so bad for you, but it's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
You know, one of my favorite meals that my parents would do was they would boil noodles, not spaghetti noodles, but like the rigatoni noodles. My dad had a thing against spaghetti noodles, so we never had spaghetti. But they would do rigatoni or whatever, the tube noodles, and they would put ham, chopped ham, butter, a whole crap load of butter, and Parmesan cheese. Just mix it all together. No sauce, no nothing, just like that. And that to me was absolutely fantastic. As a kid, when my mom would make that, I was like, hands down, that is one of my all-time favorite meals. Come to find out years later that my mom ran out of sauce and just decided, screw it, we'll just throw in a bunch of butter and all in it. And it was like a poor man's spaghetti dinner.
Mhm.
Because we didn't have the tomatoes and we didn't have the sauce and so forth. I had no idea. I thought it was fantastic. It was as a kid, it was one of my favorite meals. And we barely ever had it because it was like, this is what we do when we ran out of this food. Oh well, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a sloppy. You know, we ran out
It's
of.
like using a. It's like chili mac, man. It's something you figure out how to make because you can't afford to go grocery shopping, and all you have left is like one box of like generic mac and cheese.
Yep.
And a can of chili, and you go, let me see what happens, and you go, hey, this ain't bad.
Do you
It'll
remember?
keep me from dying.
Do you remember that time in my first apartment where we made mac and cheese, powdered mac and cheese, and we didn't have milk, so we used water?
Yep. I
don't
don't even
remember-
think you had butter.
No, we didn't have butter either. Actually, I'm not sure
Yeah,
if you were there.
I've
I know Todd. I know Todd was there because it was disgusting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, luckily though, at that time is when Luther was the janitor at Hardee's, and Hardee's still had fried chicken, so
yeah.
he would bring all the leftover fried chicken instead of throwing it out. He would just bring it over.
Yep.
And we'd eat fried chicken.
He was a good man. Good. We'd had to wait till like 2:00 in the morning to get it, but he was a good man.
So when you haven't eaten all day, who cares? It's free fried chicken.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Do you eat stale peeps? How would you know the difference between a fresh peep and a stale peep? I'm serious." My wife says they'll be crunchy.
Yeah, I don't think there's a difference.
They're all crunchy, dear. They're all.
Because it's crunchy. Oh God,
It's crunchy on the outside and then it slides right down.
Like a stale chode.
Yeah, exactly.
Blah.
Actually, my dad,
Horrible.
whenever he makes ham, and if we go over to their house for Sunday dinner, and my dad tells me they're making ham, my heart kind of like sinks a little bit, because for a long, long time, my dad, when he would cook ham, it would be very dry. Granted, it's not horrible; it just was dry. But what he would do the next day is he would chop up the leftover ham, and he would make homemade mac and cheese with ham in it. And oh my God, that is worth dying for. It is so great. He puts like 5 different cheeses in there and, the crumble stuff and so forth. And I don't know where he got this recipe, but I think I've mentioned it before. It is absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of my all-time favorite meals that my dad currently makes. The other one I told you about, they don't make that anymore. That was like a one-off. But so we'll say, hey, what's for dinner Sunday night when we're coming over? He'll say ham. It's like, can we come over tomorrow night when you make the mac and cheese and ham? Because that's the best thing. I don't care if you don't like it or not. I love it. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a real man's meal. Ham, cheese, pasta. Pow. It's perfect.
Yeah, and you stay full for a long time because your colon is on complete lockdown and nothing's moving through.
That's right.
Because all that cheese, like nothing's moved. It's like your entire digestive tract is concrete.
Nighthawk Warrior asked if there's any comic stories.
You don't have to eat for a week.
Any giveaways? Well, no. We'll do the next raffle drawing on Friday. By the way, guys. There's only 2 more raffles of this month, 2 more Fridays in this month, so we're going to be giving away something. Blind bags. Oh, for the store, I made 2 mystery packs where I put in a bunch of comics and sealed it and just sold them like 15 comics for $10. I sold both of them. So I need to make more of them because I guess people like them. Weird.
Sure. Plus, it's a good way to get rid of some trash, dude.
Well, I didn't.
Some stuff.
Hold on a second. What?
It's a great way to get rid of all those Convergence comics no one wants. Oh my God. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, she's telling me something that's old news, so I don't know why she's. You do know I'm live streaming, right, honey?
Oh. Yeah, she just doesn't care.
Dude, she just pointed to the clock, says it's after 9.
It's after 9. Get off the internet, Andrew.
She's
You're
so
on my time now, bitch.
she's so bad.
It's after 9. Get off the internet, fat boy.
That's exactly what she just said. All right. Well, speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I got to eat my dinner. But I appreciate you all coming by and visiting and saying hi. Everybody out there, Richard, Nighthawk Warrior, Evan, you guys are fantastic. Trusty, everybody, you guys, appreciate you coming by. And we'll catch you all on the Friday night stream. We're going to have a good time. And we'll definitely have a whole crap load more comics.
Misfit Corner has a bedtime now.
You know what's really funny? I've been telling my wife for like the
What?
last 3 nights that I want to go to bed by 10. My goal is to be in bed by 10. And at like 11, 11:30, she's like, and I'm still working on my computer. She's like, you know what time it is, right? I'm like, shut up. I'm trying so hard. But it's not going to happen tonight either. So, all right. Good night, everybody.
No.
Be safe, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.